Hi everyone, welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Let's Play. We're gonna continue on with Warped. And the last time I was playing this, we just defeated Tiny Tiger, the first boss of the first area. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to. Wait, this is okay. So we're moving to Area 2, which is, I believe, Arabian themed. And the first one was meant to be medieval. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and get a move on.
Why must you continue to be a thorn in our side?
Who? What? Where was I? Oh, Tiny was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nonetheless. Please be more reasonable with my minions next time.
Alright, so we're back in the medieval, or we're back in another medieval theme area, but now the time of day has changed from sunny to, like, afternoon. And I don't think there's no night variant. Which, I don't mind the idea of revisiting, level... Oh, nice. I don't mind revisiting the same themes again if like the day changes, as well as I mean, obviously they couldn't just like put you in a medieval theme, but like a different area, like say a forest or anything, because I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, I don't know too much about game design, but you know, it was PS1, so, you know, why just reuse the same thing, maybe change the time of day, and so, you know, there's no need to, like, expand it more, but it would be interesting if maybe the next game tries to do something like that, where it's, like, I guess, what's, like, you're more common to see that an area is, from an RPG, is themed the same, but there's like different layouts to it. Like, say you explore a castle, it's like, aside from the main hall, there's probably a courtyard, various rooms, like maybe an alchemy room, some sort of scientist laboratory. I mean, probably not change too much, like castle grounds, probably if there's like a roof or along, because when I imagine a castle, like I imagine just like, yeah, usually this kind of like, well, this probably would be the entryway, a bridge over a river, but yeah, so I can imagine them doing something more like that for the next game if they decide to go in that kind of direction. You know, and it's kind of been nagging in my head for a while. I don't know if I ever discussed it before, but I feel like Crash Band, or like, before we get to, or, you know, if you go forward with the design of how the remake looks, or, you know, they could take the art direction in a brand new way. You know, unless Activision just like ask probably ask, oh, come on. Oh wait, shit, no. Okay, I was really stupid there. And what sucks is that, like, I have to get rid of the golden mask because I just lost my train of thought and just wasn't thinking. I mean, assuming that we just don't get a remake of Crash Bash next year, or I mean this year, I suppose. And you know, I think that's kind of another thing that is like raising a bit of concern. You know, people are, I mean, sure, a proper remaster of Crash Bash could fix any issues that the original had. Like, I think Tiny and Quality Kong might have been a bit overpowered in certain, or like because their character type might have been a bit overpowered in some mini games, because across the mini games it's like Crash and Coco play the same way, Cortex and Embryo play the same way, and then there's Tiny and Koala Kong play the same way, and Dingodile and Rillaru that play the same way. And I don't mean to like repeat over and over, but it's just that, you know, it's like you have a character or actually no, it's like Crash and Coco basically play the exact same way. And they're on the same team, and Cortex and Embryo play exactly like another, but they're on the same team. So it's like the only variation that changes is Tiny, Dingodile, Koala Kong, and Rillaru. Or I suppose what I mean is that, or going back to what I said, it's that basically how they played in certain mini games was like sort of, it's like somehow, aside from like the fact that it's a different character, they were also a different class as well. So, I mean, if there's a remaster of Crash Bash, I'm pretty sure I'd be on board, but at the same time, you know, it raises a question of like, if anything, it would feel like Activision is probably milking on the nostalgic success of these games, because people do love these games. I love the trilogy. I love Insane, or sorry, not it. I love the Insane Trilogy. I love Nitro Fuel. I just would like it if, like, maybe perhaps the next thing is a brand new original IP. I mean, not IP, but a brand new original game that's, you know, depending on how they want to go about it, you know, it could, yeah, bring Crash back as a platformer that takes on new challenges without, okay, how do I put it? You know, if you were to get a brand new, like, sequel to a favorite franchise of yours, but would you worry that maybe that the developer is afraid to take any chances by, like, incorporating new mechanics alongside what we're used to at this point? Or would you not like the fact they did not make the game as previous or the original, or as the original releases came out to be? Okay. Oh, wait. I hope I'm not missing one. Because I don't mind, or because if they release a brand new Crash Bandicoot, but it plays just like, you know, these remakes with maybe one, two, just a few new things, you know, would you love it? Would you hate it? And I can't imagine the amount of stress that's on the developers, because, you know, we can stick to what works, and, you know, what made the original game so much fun, but maybe introduce like new mechanic here and there. Or do we just like not take any chances and work with what's given? And, you know, depending on who you ask, that works with some people, that doesn't work, that doesn't fly too well with others. Wait, what the hell does that sound? Oh my goodness, I can't, I thought that the sword swishy noises was a dog barking. I thought it was my dog barking. I'm an idiot. And aces. So, where was my train of thought earlier? Okay, so, you know, if you bring a lot of concepts from some of the, from like across the Crash series as a whole, but maybe not too many, because what I'm trying to get at is, oh wait, hang on, is he interrupt here, or is it, I think it's like on the next one that he finally introduced himself. Come on, baby, come on. Got it. Okay. It'd be a miracle if I can get all the boxes and the crystal in one go, but yeah. So going with what I said, it's just, I think, you know, a lot of elements from the Crash games have a potential to, you know, if you're going to go in a brand new direction, but borrow things from previous games. I don't, say goodbye to the box gem. Really? You know, I just think it has a potential for, you know, an RPG. Because, I mean, but it would be hard to figure out exactly how each and everything fits, because, you know, the crystals and the gems are you know, the crystals are like the main collectible for progression, story progression. And no, damn it. Can I restart the, no. Damn it.
Damn it!
I just might cut to me winning the race. Oh no. Okay. Well, that makes things a bit easier. But, yeah, I think the gems would more or less qualify as a secondary, or maybe something alongside the main objective? I don't know. Okay, stay left, stay left, stay left. Move over. And... okay. Is it me, or does it feel like there's like a weird delay when it just suddenly decides... move over, asshole. Come on. Oh. Yes, double whammy. Oh, nice. But yeah, I feel like gems would probably fall something into secondary, or it would fall into like, oh, it's just a collectible side quest that you can save for later. Time, yeah. Okay, he has to introduce himself. Yep.
G'day, mate. Dingodile's the name, and Uka and Cortex gave me orders to bring the crystals to them during the Ice Ages. So give me the goods and shove off, or I'll roast yous.
Okay, I thought there was boxes. And I guess what kind of appeals to me about it, or about Crash potentially becoming an RPG, is the fact that, you know, crystals and gems aside, you know, like, they could bring back the elementals. For some reason, like, I'm thinking elementals, it's like, oh yeah, they could be like, or they could have like temples dedicated to them, like how in Legend of Zelda there's like, shit, there's dungeons themed after, or, cause, see, what am I going back to? Because I remember years ago, I played a GameCube emulator, and I tried to play, what do you call it? I was playing Twilight Princess. And so, I think I remember, like, the first dungeon was, like, wood-themed, and then the second one that I went to was, it had a, like it was a mine, but there was like fire and lava, and I think there was even like a sort of anti-gravity gimmick involving like some magnet boots or something like that. But yeah, you know, I just imagine like, oh, okay, so it's like if the world's in danger, and Crash has to go to these temples of the elementals to gain the stuff he needs to save the world. Yeah, but then it's like, how does the rest of everything else tie into that RPG? And well, I don't know. I mean, you got the crystals, which Cortex was using in the original trilogy to try and take over the world. And the gems are like, of course, you know, Brio said that, you know, harnessing the planet's energy didn't just wasn't just restricted to the crystals. Oh, ah, man, I messed up, didn't I? I did. Yeah. Damn it. And then the relics. How did the? I mean, yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but I'm sure maybe the relics tie something into it. I just like it's just escaping my head right now. Because, you know, the 100% ending showed that with the power of the gems, Brio fired a laser that was strong enough to slice or to destroy the. Got it. A laser that was strong enough to destroy the space station. So yeah, Chris. Or you know what? Instead of a side collectible, it could be like a collectible for skill points, anything like that. I just keep going back to the relics though, like. I don't know. They probably would think of something weird, like in ancient Egypt, Bandicoots were supposed to be warriors, and oh yeah, they could probably do something like that. Because the relics look like onks, or if that's the correct word, I want to say like, yeah, that's the right word, but it's escaping me right now. But whoa, like the onks could be used as like prizes to get from trials that test exploration, combat, anything like that. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a way to fit the onks in there. You know, if anybody that's listening wants to like, don't do that. What was I saying? You know, if there was anybody in the comments that's like kind of, because I'm trying to snowball an idea of like how things would just like fit all together if someone were to make a game or like I guess you know, just to make it simple, a Legend of Zelda, but with a Crash universe instead. Oh jeez. You know, and I've played Jedi Fallen Order, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, a Metroidvania could probably work too. Maybe, I don't know. I guess if someone, or I guess if you look at it from a developer's viewpoint, does it have the potential to turn out into a game like that? But I would love to hear what anybody like spitballing any ideas, just to like, yeah, I thought something along the same thing, but you know, it's just it wasn't all there. Like, I guess, you know, I'm throwing out a concept. If someone listening in wants to like add on to that, or like they have their own concept, you know, feel free to tell me. Ah, cool. Tiger level. The last tiger level, oddly, but yeah, it's really with Warp that they introduce. Well, aside from having Coco as a playable character, it was kind of a shame that originally she wasn't, or she couldn't do any of the same thing Crash could do, and that wouldn't happen until Wrath of Cortex. Okay. Crap. Yeah, I don't got Aqua, or yeah, Aqua will let me take a hit. Okay, 15 more to go. Whoa, damn it. Ah, shit. Oh man, I'm just screwing up a lot today. I don't know why. Ah, don't rush it, don't rush it, don't rush it. Okay, 12 more to go. There's a checkpoint. Stay below. Ah, shit. Wait, did I get it? Yes. Okay, good. And we're good. That's all of them. Hey, not bad timing. I probably should have explained that for... Let's see. I believe it was Hang 'em High and Toon Time that there were extra gems that I couldn't get. I believe Hang 'em High requires like a secret entrance, like, or you have to do something in another level that gets you to Hang 'em High to get the yellow gem. And that extra route, I need the purple gem. But I guess we'll get to those when we get to them. Right now. It's boss time.
Right. Now you've gone and done it. Them crystals are mine. Break out the butter. I'm gonna make toast.
Oh, I thought he was gonna... Oh, right. It's a set pattern, and then... Oh! And then this is when he starts chasing you. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I think one thing that I can say that I've always appreciated about the bosses is just the fact... Oh no. Nice. Easy exit. What I've always appreciated about the boss music is that these characters just like have a theme that's attached to them. Oh. Okay, and we're done. That was easy.
No worries. You'll soon be up against much worse.
And my favorite power of the game, double jump. I just want to double check. It was... Yep, I need to get from one level to this back to this one. And then... I need the purple gem to get the rest of those boxes. As well as the extra gem that's hidden there as well. Yeah, but with that being said and done, we've now unlocked the ancient Chinese area. Where the boss of this area is Trophy, who we've seen in the beginning intro as the guy that came out from behind Uka Uka. But we're gonna save that for later. We managed to get area 2 done. Obviously I'm missing out on a number of gems, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna save here because in case the recording happens to turn out badly, I can just go back to the Tiny Tiger profile, and yeah, for sure, definitely. So, yeah, so hopefully the recording just turns out good, and if it does, well, there's no need to go any further than that, so I hope everyone watching is having a good day, good night, wherever you are. Take care.